Hey there, this is Max from maxjancar.com. And if you've been in a relationship where your ex's need for space and openness to intimacy wigwagged like a pendulum, there's a good chance you've been with a fearful avoidant. Now in this video, what I'll do is I will explain how you can apply the no contact rule with such a person so you can maximize the odds of getting back with them. Now if you want to go even deeper into getting an ex back in general, I urge you download my reattraction cheat sheet, link below this video. Now let's get on with the main thing. So first of all, let's talk about what or who is a fearful avoidant so we can all be on the same page about what we're discussing. A fearful avoidant is essentially a qualification. It's one of the 4 attachment styles a person can embody. It's the trickiest and most complex one to navigate also, and it usually means that the person having it had like a lot of major trauma in their life. So fearful avoidant, someone being like this, essentially describes a person that is very closed off emotionally. However, when you give them enough space, when you give them enough distance, emotional distance, they will start to become obsessive about closeness. They will want to be by your side in a very suffocating and obsessive and controlling way. So this is a person who on the one hand has a very major issue when it comes to emotionally opening up to other people, and on the other hand, this is also someone who wants to emotionally open up and wants to always close this space gap between them and their ex. Now, when it comes to such a person and how no contact affects them, well, it basically is going to result in them reaching out in about 3 to 5 weeks. Again, not everyone reaches out. There's a good chance your ex won't reach out. But if I try to notice the pattern, when it comes to fearful avoidance, they usually do so. They usually do contact their ex in about 3 to 5 weeks. Talking of contacting an ex, let's talk about what no contact is for those of you who might not know about it. So again, we're all on the same page about what we're discussing. So no contact is essentially means physically and emotionally distancing yourself from your ex so you can heal, so you can get some perspective, so you can kind of get your emotions under control, and so you can ultimately raise your ex's attraction and get them back faster. Now this is the effect no contact has on your ex, because while you give them the time and space to miss you, well, you're going to be inducing a lot of mystery around what's going on in your life. And mystery is attractive no matter how you want to look at it. So there's a good chance that after you stay silent for a while, your ex will become curious about you. They will, like I said, start to miss you. And ultimately, if they miss you enough, they will reach out in some way. And all you really have to do when that happens is set up a date with them, which I won't go in detail in this video, but I do have a separate video that I will link somewhere here right now that you can check out. It goes really in depth into dating. But anyway, to go back to no contact a little bit, when it comes to it, it essentially means that from now on, and this, by the way, takes into consideration that you have expressed your interest at some point in the past, that basically you want your ex back. From now on, you don't contact your ex anymore in any way, shape, or form. You don't reach out via text, social media, phone calls. You even avoid places that may elicit painful memories of your ex. You avoid going to places where you could, stumble upon them. You return everything that's theirs. You throw away any sort of items, gifts, trinkets that your ex basically gave you over the course of your relationship. You cut out mutual friends from your life, or you distance yourself from them. And well, if you live together with your ex, if you have kids, if you work together, if you share pets together, in those cases, yes, you can't just disappear from their life. You have to stay in contact with them when that is necessary. But that's essentially what no contact boils down to. A period, which is usually in my book, until your ex reaches out, where you just do not interact with your ex in any way, shape, or form, except, of course, like I said, when there are logistics involved. Now, thankfully, the way you go no contact with just about any sort of ex, the same applies to a fearful avoidant ex. The only difference in terms of your ex's experience when you go no contact is that they will probably avoid expressing any sort of remorse or sadness for the first few weeks post-breakup, and then they will slowly start to open up towards this notion. And it might even be the case that, like I said, after 3 to 5 weeks, they become obsessive about wanting you back. Now, here's the trick though. You don't want to suddenly officially get back with your ex if that happens, because clearly, if they're obsessive about it, if they're obsessive about you, they're not in the right headspace for a rekindled, healthy relationship. Therefore, I would really urge you, if this happens to you, go slowly, lean into a committed relationship, spend a few months dating your ex before you officially recommit. Maybe even suggest seeing a therapist or some counselor together, so you can even faster resolve, help them resolve their attachment issues, and maybe you also have attachment issues, and they can help you resolve those as well. The last thing I want to mention is that when you're going no contact with a fearful avoidant, you never want to lose sight of the bigger picture, which is that the point of no contact is to win yourself back. The point of no contact is to grow as a person. It's not about getting your ex reattracted to you, although it does definitely help with the whole process. So what I'm saying is, use no contact, leverage it to win yourself back, don't leverage it to win your ex back. Winning your ex back, that's only like a side effect, a really welcome one, but a side effect ultimately of winning yourself back while in no contact. So I hope that makes sense. If you want to go deeper into getting an ex back, download my reattraction cheat sheet, link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.